Give me a tour?
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Periodic table is very important for chemistry,
Of course.
so we've got that. Normally, the names are not covered up of the different groups, but we had a test over that in chemistry last week, so that's covered up. And then I kind of sprinkle in some things that I'm interested in, so there's some anime-related posters there. And then actually, probably my favorite thing in my room is this student art wall.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that.
this is some art that I've gotten from students throughout the years.
What are some of your most favorite pieces up there?
Let's see. Well, so this is kind of silly, but I really like this one, which is actually just these white periodic tables that we hand out to every student. And I like this because it just captured where the student was when they were in our room every day, which was a lot of like doodling on things. And, I know that's kind of a funny one, but it's one of my favorites. There's this one here that is an aluminum square from the periodic table, and it's made out of aluminum. So I think that was pretty clever that a student made that, and so I like that pretty well too. Some of this stuff, this is actually left in here by Michelle Wickner, who taught in here before I did, and I just thought it was pretty good, so I left it there. This was a book series called, let's see here, I'm trying to remember the whole name of the series. It's about Drizzt Do'Urden, who's a dark elf. It's got a whole bunch of books about him, but I can't remember the name of the series entirely. But a student was really into that series and gave me that poster, so that's where that came from.
So a lot of your inspiration comes from like shows and games and stuff.
yeah, this is my own nerdy interests. A lot of things that I'm interested in.
I like it.
And I try and have my room represent me to some extent, although it needs to also be like a space for the students. So it's like both me trying to express my interests and also trying to help the students, feel like they're a part of the room as well. So I've got this Women in Science poster, and then these are things that I like, but like the Rosie the Riveter and Wonder Woman. And even Rey from Star Wars, so just like powerful women, I think, to try and like make people feel inspired that way. I guess I'll point at this other funny thing that comes up here. Just have some sort of funny things that students do. So I had this student last year ask me if he could sit at my desk, and I told him no. And so what he did was he sat at my desk anyway, and then he had his friends take his picture immediately. Like they planned the whole thing out. It happened in like 2 seconds. And then they printed this picture and they put several of them around the room. And I kept one of them and I had them hung up there. So I think that's pretty good. One day in class, I was talking about electrolytes and I was making fun of Logan Paul and how he sells this Prime Energy drink, which is actually really a terrible energy drink. And I talked about how Logan Paul is a bad guy overall and that he's just immoral and he scams his own fans. And somebody, Anna, thought that it would be good to put that sticker on my door. And I don't know how I feel about that exactly, because I think stickers kind of are hard to remove, but I decided it was funny enough that I left it there. And I had to put, this is also something that was left from Michelle Wickner. It's a lone pair, as in like a lone pair of electrons. And it's hung up there for very, very many years. And I've had it hanging up there all year. So many students will come to me and they will ask me why it's not rotting. And I'm like, you think that a real pair has been up there for 4 months and it's just still looks like that? They don't realize.
What is your inspiration for your room?
I don't know. I think like inspirational leaders, maybe, or people like that have changed history. That would be my inspiration for my room.
Do you have a favorite part of your room?
I like the part behind my desk where there's student work or my kids have done art. I like the whole thing. The back, I have different posters for behavioral health studies. And I think I have some big art pieces and flags, which are really meaningful to me. I like the different colors. I like how bright it is.
Hi, I'm here for a tour.
Come on in.
Okay, let's look around.
So we've got our news board here where we kind of put timely coverage for the website on this whiteboard. Over here we've got some books. We've got our famous like Ronald McDonald, which was
Great.
gifted
I love
to
his
me.
outfit.
Yeah, he's looking great, isn't he? And he's got all sorts of random decorations and what room he's in case anyone forgets. In case he goes missing, then they can return him. Don't really know why that's there. We've got books on the bookshelf. Photos. Make a poster at the end of every year with some pictures, favorites from the year, news team and yearbook of the year banners from the past several years.
How can you explain some of these? How do you pick the images for these?
Well, it's kind of, we always take pictures at the end of like our work nights, so a lot of those end up here. But also just, and from the wedding, we always marry the publication, and so we'll take pictures on those days. But I rely on students to send me photos too, or take pictures of fun events throughout the year.
Is there a favorite decoration you have in here?
Ooh, let's see. Well, right now, this is a sort of timely one because it is winter, and so I won this in it's very creepy. So the button and it dances, and she wiggles a little bit, which this was, we have on the last day before winter break, we have a tradition of having winter solstice, like white elephant gift exchange, and I won this last year, so love that.
So cute. Does she have a name?
She doesn't, but what would you name her?
Maybe Peggy.
Peggy? Yeah, she does look. She's giving off Peggy vibes.
Yes,
so
kind of a
like
hippie.
it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No
What a
problem.
beautiful room.
Hello. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. So, what do you teach and what's your name?
My name is Mr. Murdoch, and I teach biology and AP Environmental Science.
Okay, so what is your inspiration for your room?
My biggest inspiration for my room is when people walk in, I want them to see themselves in this room. You know, I try and have posters that have things that A, interest my students, and then B, that showcase some of the amazing things we're going to do in class throughout the year.
Do you have a favorite part of your room?
I really love my women in STEM education back there. A, because I think that those are some of the more influential women in STEM education or STEM fields that don't get enough credit for some of the things that they've done. And then selfishly, I also really love all of my University of Iowa stuff just because I love representing the local school. I went to the University of Iowa, brings me joy talking about that. So anytime I can bring in a little piece of myself in here, I try to.
So where do you get most of your decor?
Most of my stuff I will get from free teaching websites, things like that. The university posters are all free, so I try and collect those. And then all of the Marvel stuff and the Taylor Swift flag back there, those are just things that I buy because it brings me joy to look at them. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.